Bro, when people, what I got from that is he's a hater. You don't know me as a person. Let's say you don't like me. Like, you don't know me. Like, you feel me? And I don't give a fuck. Him. If everybody in the crew, I mean, with him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great.
You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world. They're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Gervonta Davis recently posted on X after Terence Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez. He said that if Crawford could beat Canelo, then he believes he could beat him too. Davis confidently stated, "I'll swing on him for real," and told critics to watch him closely. He promised to train even harder and said he wants respect in boxing and a real chance to prove himself. He believes that winning such a fight would secure his place among the top fighters in the sport. After Crawford's surprising and historic win over Canelo, many people in the boxing world expected everyone to praise him. However, instead of congratulating Crawford, Davis made comments suggesting he could defeat him. This upset many analysts, who felt that even if Davis didn't want to praise Crawford, he should not disrespect such a big achievement. They pointed out that Crawford accomplished something many believed was impossible by clearly defeating Canelo, and they said it was unfair for a fellow boxer to downplay that success.
It dominated a first ballot Hall of Famer, a 4-division champion, a 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and was the reigning undisputed 168-pound super middleweight world champion. Superstar boxer, Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is now 63 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, 39 wins by way of knockout. And Gervonta Tank Davis, I'm not even going to read off his accolades because what he did is just nasty work. And this is your king that y'all be praising. Gervonta Tank Davis, instead of applauding the accomplishment, just tip your hat. Just tip your hat. Hey, salute. And if you don't want to salute him, guess what? Just don't say nothing. Just don't say nothing. If you don't want to salute that man, just don't say nothing. Right? And so, Gervonta Tank Davis takes to social media because the boxing world is praising Terence Crawford for what he did. After Gervonta Tank Davis, when the fight was announced and when Terence Crawford was saying he wanted to go up from 154 to 168, Gervonta Tank Davis said he was doing it for the money, not for the legacy.
Even before this controversy, Terence Crawford had openly shared his thoughts about Gervonta Davis. He said he doesn't believe Davis takes risks against fighters who are better than him. Crawford described Davis as someone who talks a lot but avoids the hardest challenges. He also admitted that he doesn't like Davis personally. This means that if they ever fight, it wouldn't just be about competition, it would also be personal between them.
He would never even think about to come up to 154.
What about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens? Or
Man,
is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just feel like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his ways, nah.
Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father and trainer, also spoke about the situation. He rejected Davis's comments and said there is no way Tank could do what Crawford did. Haney said Davis should stop calling out bigger fighters and focus on his own weight class. He believes Davis should stay at 147 pounds instead of trying to get attention by challenging champions in other divisions. In Haney's view, Davis's comments were just a way to create publicity.
Gotta ask your thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds. You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
Nah, he said it
on video.
Huh?
He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinny.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guys. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass whipping too. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're the best 147 pounders in the world, and they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Trainer Greg Hackett strongly praised Terence Crawford's win over Canelo Alvarez, calling it one of the biggest achievements in modern boxing. He said Crawford has nothing left to prove after doing something that hasn't been seen in generations. Hackett explained that no fighter since legends like Bob Fitzsimmons and Henry Armstrong has moved up in weight and dominated a top fighter like Canelo in such a clear way. Hackett also said the way Crawford won made it even more special. It wasn't a close fight or a lucky punch. It was a clear and skillful performance that showed he was the better fighter. According to Hackett, this victory secured Crawford's place among boxing's greatest legends. He believes critics should stop questioning Crawford because his achievements speak for themselves. Hackett ended by saying Crawford has silenced all doubts and should now enjoy his success instead of responding to negativity.
Held them all at the same time. Legendary shit. He goes in there and beats arguably the best fighter or one of the best fighters of his era.
Yeah.
Regardless of weight class.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on the performance?
The performance was like clean, like it was real. It was times where it was close calls. Like it looked like Canelo might, like damn, Canelo might get him right here. You know what I mean? Bud find a way out, slip up out of there. He was working behind his jab real good, footwork real good. You know, setting the pace. He was creating what I like to call spider web in there. You know what I'm saying? That's basically setting traps with your movement. The part I didn't expect was for Canelo to really approach Bud like Bud, you know, like he was just gonna punch on Bud. He was looking. What I mean by that is Canelo when he would hit Bud to his hips or like on the shoulder, because I seen him do it a few times. He was like, Canelo was like looking for those results that he usually get when he do those things. And I was like, I can't believe he looking at Bud like that. Like he really trying to play Bud. I mean, on the low. He know Bud can fight, but it was like, I'm gonna hit, all right, when I hit you on your hip, you gonna act right. I mean, when I hit you on your shoulders, you gonna act right. And you could tell Canelo's been spoiled over the years. Canelo's gotten better, a lot better. And Canelo is a legend for sure. But you could tell he's imposed his will on a lot of guys and won off of his poker face alone. You know what I mean? Along with the punishing shots.
Even though Terence Crawford has said he doesn't like Gervonta Davis, he hasn't ruled out fighting him. Crawford said that if Davis is serious about the fight, he should move up to 147 pounds so they can compete on fair terms. Crawford believes that fighting Davis would stop all the trash talk and give him another chance to prove he is the better fighter against a big-name opponent. He says the choice is up to Davis. If Tank truly thinks he can win, then he should take the risk and prove it in the ring instead of just talking. Crawford's attitude shows that he is confident in his skills and is ready for the challenge, believing the odds would still favor him.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes and, you know, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Ooh. Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I'll make 147 for him.
Ooh, see, oh, man.
You're going to have a pre-camp.
Then what the people going to say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
DJ Rom, a well-known boxing commentator, praised Terence Crawford for his amazing skills and ability in the ring. He said Crawford is not just a talented fighter, but one of the few who can do everything at the highest level. According to Rom, Crawford's greatest strength is his ability to adjust to any opponent's style. Whether he faces a strong puncher, a smart counterpuncher, or an aggressive pressure fighter, Crawford can easily change his strategy. He smoothly mixes offense and defense and makes his opponents confused and unsure. Rom called Crawford a once-in-a-generation athlete, saying his control of distance, timing, and angles makes him different from other fighters today. He also said Crawford's fights are not just matches, but like works of art, where every move is planned and precise. In Rom's view, Crawford is more than a champion. He is a problem solver who can break down any opponent. Because of his consistent dominance, Rom believes Crawford's legacy will remain unmatched for many years.
Clearly, outboxing, like I said he would. You know, Bud is special, man. He could adapt. He could make adjustments. There's nothing he can't do. I was a little worried because in the beginning, when the fight was announced, because of Canelo's power, Bud coming up, they're like, oh, he come up 2 weight classes. I consider it, he came up 3. Because he only had 1 fight at 154.
Yeah, 1 fight at 54.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like it's 3 weight classes in 2 fights.
Right.
Yeah.
So with that right there, that was a big thing because Canelo is strong. Canelo does hit hard, he got power, and he's comfortable at 168. You understand what I'm saying? He's more comfortable. I didn't know if the weight was going to do something to Bud, but I know there was ways that he could outbox him easily. He did it. Towards the closer to the fight date, I changed my stance on it and leaned more to Bud, which was a good thing because my prediction was right yesterday on it, and he just outboxed him, outclassed him. He showed people. And I think he still followed a bit of the Mayweather blueprint. You know, Canelo has to plant his feet all the time to throw off his power, let off his power shots. He has to just make that quick stop, real quick, like a millisecond. That's all Bud needs to move out the way. Bud sets him up to get a reaction. By the time Canelo goes to throw that punch, Bud sits to the side and catches him that way. It's too late. You know what I mean, for Canelo to his planning of the feet to throw his power punches. If more people figure that out and really take that into consideration in their training camps, I think he would have more losses. But a lot of them fear the power, like a skull.
Even after achieving something so rare, some analysts noticed that many fans and commentators were still hesitant to give Crawford full credit. They said part of the reason was strong support for Canelo, who has always been very popular, especially in Mexico. At the same time, Crawford has often faced unfair bias during his career. According to these critics, the reaction to Crawford's win was about more than just boxing. They believe it also showed bigger issues in the sport, such as popularity, race, and public perception.
Especially enough for a guy to come 2 to 3 weight divisions lower. Right? So you would be asking a guy to literally just stand there like this new slap exercise. Slap me and I slap you. That's not boxing. And that's extremely sour grapes. And my advice to you is this. Although most times people will stay on cold, there's exceptions to the rules where people will say, I'm not going that far. You know what I mean? Like by our administration right now that's governing the New Russia. They do a lot of illegal things on a daily. But this pedophilia, some people are saying, no, I'm jumping off the boat on this one. I'm going to go with protecting the kids. I mean, I'll go with you with a lot of stuff, but protecting the kids is kind of important to me. Should be, right? It should be, level. So it should be, where you just you don't go a certain length, right? It should be borders. So okay, I don't go past that line. And the line should be pedophilia. Or a line should be no objectivity at all in the world of boxing. You saw a great performance, and Canelo just lost, right? This guy is just a better fighter. Right? If he can come up from that weight division and stand in the pocket most of the time, and still win. If you are saying that you don't want Canelo to be able to cut the ring off with this guy that didn't really run at all, then you're basically saying, well, listen, let's just stand and slug. And that's brawling, right? That has nothing to do with boxing. And so people are going to jump off that. And here's something else that's going to happen to you people right now with sour grapes. and a racist running around just saying ridiculousness, right? Because you're disappointed.
Rising star Hamza Shiraz also praised Terence Crawford, calling him a mean machine in the ring. Shiraz said Crawford has never struggled with any opponent and always finds a way to win. His comments showed the strong respect that younger fighters have for Crawford, seeing him as a true example of excellence. Shiraz added that Crawford's performance against Canelo only proved what he already believed, that Crawford is fighting at a level that very few boxers can reach.
So he said it about himself in the post-fight press conference yesterday. He goes, my mind wants to do it, he goes, my body can't. Doesn't mean he's totally shot. He's not totally shot. He's still a great fighter, and someone I could definitely see myself in the ring with pretty soon.
And beating?
Yeah, definitely. It would have been kind of nice for him to get the win and then me to fight him and then potentially have beaten him. But yeah, God has a different plan.
Look, it still could be Canelo. I don't know when. The plan's obviously a little bit ruined, but do you believe you'd stop Canelo Alvarez, Hamza?
Do I believe I'd stop him? I believe I've got a good chance of doing so.
Crawford's longtime trainer, Brian "Bomac" McIntyre, shared his thoughts about what might happen next. He said Crawford is not likely to go after a fight with David Benavidez. Instead, he may decide to vacate his title and take some time to relax rather than take on tough challenges he doesn't need. Bomac's comments show that Crawford has earned the right to choose his own path. Since he has nothing left to prove, he can now focus on his legacy and personal goals instead of worrying about what critics want.
Benavidez can make 168. Maybe he has plans or ideas of maybe trying to match up Benavidez and Terence Crawford.
No,
there.
no, we ain't doing that fight.
Maybe planning on vacating the belts?
No, we ain't gonna vacate the belts. You know, we just gonna sit where we need to sit for a minute, and then, just like I said, get back in the gym and do our thing.
And
he don't want to.
No. So what does this performance prove about the Ennis sparring? You guys were largely
I told you it don't make
it.
no difference. Didn't I say it? I said that don't mean shit. I don't give a damn about that.
Yeah.
I said that, didn't I? In one of those interviews, I said that. Don't mean shit, because he's no Bud Crawford. I'm not taking nothing from Ennis, Bozy, them over there, them my guys.
Legendary heavyweight Evander Holyfield also praised Crawford's win. He highlighted Crawford's timing, footwork, and intelligence in the ring, saying his skills set him apart from ordinary champions. Holyfield called Crawford's victory over Canelo more than just a win. It was a display of true mastery that showed fans what great boxing really looks like. Coming from a legend like Holyfield, his praise carried a lot of weight.
What did you think of Crawford's performance over Canelo?
It was super.
Super.
Because the thing is that when you got both of the guys are good.
Right.
I just think that when you have two guys, the smaller guy is a guy that don't have the punching power, but he has the skills that's necessary.
Crawford.
Yeah.
So you were very impressed with his performance? Would you say?
Well, yeah. The point of the matter is, I knew if it came down to if somebody got knocked out, I thought Crawford would probably get knocked out.
Yeah.
But I know about boxing.